What is going on, YouTube? PPS back. It is YouTube play of the daytime. Yesterday, crazy past the prop day. We ended up coming through with that long shot. So still pretty pumped from that. Ended up hitting our alternate total for first 5 overs. Smashed those. And Stu ended up hitting his Aaron Judge home run. So we ended up cashing that huge ticket about 27-1. So that was awesome. Hopefully you guys got in on that. If you did, hit that like button, please. We appreciate it. Did end up cashing both of those other ones as well. We ended up cashing our straight bets as well. So it was a good start to the day, and a good start to the weekend, right? So I will recap last show here quickly for you guys, and we will be on our way. I only got one play for you guys today. I love this UFC card. I'm going to have a lot of bets there. So if you guys do want to do that, if you want to come join us for the weekend, make sure you hit me up in the DM. We'll definitely get you involved because it's going to be a fun day of action. I'm really excited to look at this card for UFC. But, we got some MLB for you today. But let's recap. We had Littell under 15.5 outs. Corbin, no win. Corbin threw extremely well. Nationals bullpen blew it as always, so you know how it goes. Littell and Libator decided to be the best 2 pitchers on the slate, both of them absolutely shoving until Littell ran out of gas towards the end. But under 15.5 outs was a loser there. Trey Turner hits a home run. I think he ends up with 5 hits, runs, RBIs in this one. So we did end up getting juiced out by 0.14. So right now we're sitting at 43 and 34 to 9.7 units. We're right there, guys. This is exactly where we want to be. Like I said, I want to be at the double-digit spot through the end of the year. And obviously, hopefully, you've been watching all of the other shows as well. So make sure you have that notification bell on if you haven't already hit it. So let me pull up my play here for you guys, and we will get it rolling. Fortunately, only one, but I didn't want to force anything here. We are on game 2, guys. This is game 2, Strider versus Quintana. First 5 over 4.5 runs. Let me hit that there. And I know, you guys know I've been backing Spencer Strider forever, right? I love Spencer Strider. But the Mets have kind of had his number, and I really like the Braves in this spot. We look at the Mets here. Lindor, 6 for 13, 462. McNeil, 3 for 10. You go down this list. Home run for Pete Alonso against him. 2 homers for Brandon Nimmo against him. This is a tough matchup for him in terms of rivalry matchup here. But also Spencer Strider has been giving up home runs. It's not been too crazy to think about. He's been dominant in strikeouts, but a lot of power given up, especially because he likes to throw that fastball high in the zone. He gave up 6 in that last outing against Pittsburgh. Only 1 against the Angels, 3 Boston, 4 Arizona, and 5 against the White Sox. So there's been a lot of runs involved in these games, but obviously some crazy strikeout numbers. And really, it's just the power that he gives up in the slugging percentage there that he allows. So far this year, obviously his strikeout rate is absurd. He's got a 41% at home, only a 35% on the road, which is obviously elite. I do expect him to get a little bit better. But home runs, it doesn't matter. You don't need somebody. It can just happen at any time, right? It doesn't mean he's getting hit around, right? Just like in the Pirates game he was. But I don't think this Mets team's the guys to hit him around. I think they're just going to run into 1 or 2 baseballs here. And I think the Braves can hit this by themselves in this matchup. I really, really like the Braves today. But I do want to say one more thing about Strider here. Strider has pitched at New York twice in his career, 2 2/3, 4 earned, 5 Ks back in 2022. And then he did get a win in his last outing, 5 innings, but gave up 4 runs, gave up a homer, and 8 strikeouts there. So the two times he's thrown at New York, he has struggled, gave up actually 4 runs in both. So I think that we can definitely see that. Even if we get 2, I think that the Braves come through and help us out there a little bit more, because the Braves are the #1 hitting team versus lefties, 889 OPS. The second team is the Rangers at 823, guys. That is a huge jump .534 slugging percentage, and this is on the year, guys. This isn't just a smaller sample size. This is on the year. 52 homers, second in baseball against lefties. And also, these guys have been absolutely on fire, right? This is the hottest team in baseball as well, right? You go to the Braves over the last 15 days, which covers 14 games, 30 homers, 95 ribbies, 963 OPS. The number 2 team is the Cubs, and that is a team that we've been talking about too, how hot they've been. The Braves, 963, Cubs, 847. That is how hot this team is. I understand Quintana has been decent if you look at the numbers on top, right? He's limiting barrel percentage to like 4%, 3%. But my God, guys, like, I mean, he's got a 3.42 ERA. He's got a 14% K rate. He's faced the White Sox, the Royals, the Yankees, right? Those are the guys they've been facing, and that is before Judge was back. And then he pitched against Baltimore and threw very well there. So not going to fault that Baltimore one. But the other 3, guys, that's a little suspect. And now you're going against the Braves here, who, again, put up another big number last night, 7 runs. And, oh, my God, Ronald Acuna against lefties, Riley against lefties. Matt Olson has taken a huge step forward against lefties this year. This lineup is just full up and down of power. You even go into some of these guys like Ozuna, right? 438 batting average against him in his career, 7 for 16. We could see Kevin Pillar, who's 5 for 15, right? There's some of these guys who have pretty extensive histories. I mean, obviously, you want to go to the best one. It's Ozzie Albies, has 2 homers in his career off him, 5 for 8. So, personally, I was going to look at the race to 5 for the Braves. I think that's a good spot as well. But I think that the Braves can definitely get us probably almost 5 if they really wanted to. I think that they have the opportunity and the capability to do that. But Strider has given up power. I think that we do see a couple runs from the Mets side, especially after getting shut out yesterday. I think that this game, in the second game of that doubleheader, I think we see some runs. I think we see them early, especially depending on how this first game goes. I think the first game could be another slugfest as well with these 2 guys who I have never even heard of, which is pretty impressive. If you can get guys past me that I don't know, Winans, I think he's thrown a couple times this year. I've seen him on a DFS slate as a long relief guy, and then Reyes. Like, I don't know nothing about these guys. So Braves, first 5, game 2. Make sure you're hitting that game 2 with a Strider-Quintana matchup. Again, guys, if you do want to join us for this weekend, hit that DMs over on Twitter. Hit that like button on your way out if you could. I really appreciate it. And let's get to that 10-unit mark. If we get this win, we're over that 10-unit mark, and we'll be heading into next week on a high note. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck, and we will see you on